I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness.
Alright, so today I decided to put together a video of people bombing at open mics. Like, a lot of people think being funny is easy just because you can make your friends laugh until you get on stage and then you realize it's actually an art form. So I like to laugh at people's failures. I don't know. That's just the kind of person I am. And usually at open mics, you can kind of tell who someone's favorite comedian is or who they were influenced by because they try to pick up certain traits or they try to deliver jokes in a similar way, right? For example, this first guy who's coming up here, I think his favorite comic is Bill Burr, you know? He's trying to do that edgy, angry guy type of thing, but he doesn't have that Boston, that Boston charisma that, I don't know how to describe it. Just Bill Burr is able to get away with being an asshole without coming off as an asshole, if that makes sense.
Whatchamacallit? Everyone remembers their parents, what they used to do to them when they were little kids, right? When they were little kids, they used to do bad things. Remember what your parents used to do, right? My mom would be like, I'm gonna get the fucking belt, right? And when we were kids, we were always rebels, right? We always said, I always tried to mock my mother. I'm like, I'm gonna get the fucking belt, and right? And she'd go get it, and I'd fucking jolt right away. I'm jolting. And when you were a kid, you always thought that you can outrun your parents, too. Wasn't that the fact, too? But you quickly figured out that you could not outrun your parents. So I'm running faster than a black man with a stolen VCR, right? And she turns into a cowboy, and her belt is her whip. She's right away. This is where you give up. This is where you give up. So you start saying, I'm not gonna put the dog in the dryer again, I promise. She's dragging me off like chainsaw with my legs in the back. Oh man, everyone knows what their parents do. Come on, dickheads.
Get him!
What the fuck are you saying? Hey, gay! Hey. No, seriously.
So you can't understand gay people?
No, I don't. I seriously don't. Because what makes you, like, let's say for a gay guy, what makes you say, oh, I just want to suck a cock? Seriously, what makes you get, oh, huh?
Oh my God. I like to suck cock.
What?
I like to
How does that signify that you're gay? You're not.
I don't know. You just said, how do you like to suck cock?
I'm saying if you were a guy, you have to pay attention, you dumb fucking blonde.
But didn't we clarify during my stand-up that I'm not natural blonde?
Whatever, you're fucking blonde. It doesn't matter.
No,
Look at you, you're blonde, you're dumbass. That's it. Blonde dumbass. And thank you for reminding me. I met a girl one time, and I asked her what her name was, and she said Dolphin. Okay? She said Dolphin. Wait, you said I met a girl? Look at my fucking bicep! You think I can meet a girl? Oh my god. Anyway, before I snap and start throwing stools all over the place, I'm gonna leave. Thanks. Sounds nice.
I mean, at this point, he's completely lost the crowd and his insecurities are showing. He's not a likable guy at this point. Okay, so this next one is from the 90s, early 2000s, I think. Because I saw somebody with one of those Bluetooth headsets. Like the earpiece that people used to talk into. The douchebag earpiece. You know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately for this guy, he actually gets booed off stage. Fortunately for us, he gets booed off stage, so.
Y'all doing alright? Let me hear y'all. Y'all doing alright? Alright. Appreciate y'all. Alright. First of all, I gotta stop and give honor to God because without him, I would not be here today. Let me tell you. Y'all know, we done been through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? And without him, you can't make it. But I just want to let y'all know, sometimes you be praying, and you gotta be careful what you pray for. Because you gonna get what you prayed for, just may not be what you wanted. I'm gonna let y'all know, I've been working out like every day for like, a few years. And I was asking for, man, I want a chest. I want a nice chest so I can walk around. You know what I'm saying? Girl touch on her chest and look good. That's what I was praying for. A nice chest. Well, I'm getting a little bit older now. Just turned 38 today. So, all right, thank you, I appreciate that. But it ain't all good though, because I'm standing in the mirror and I found myself checking for lumps. You know what I'm saying? growing some breasts, okay? Just put it that way, growing some. And my daughter ain't no help. She turned 16. This little heifer gonna bring me her training bra. I'm like, here, daddy, you gonna need that. So I went on and put it on, you know. Had to go on and put it on. But you know, when you're going through some stuff and you asking God for some stuff, you know, I was going to work the other day and I was like, man, I hate my job. I do not want to go to work today. Lord, please don't let me have to go to this job no more. As soon as I get there, my boss said, Kenny, let me talk to you for a second. We had a little layoff today, and for some reason your name was like at the top of the list. I'm like, Lord, come on now. You could have gave me a sign, gave me a little more time or something. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all feel me. I'm just going through that right now. Maybe it's just me by myself. It's all good. Appreciate y'all though.
Okay, so now at this point, he starts telling them not to boo him, which obviously isn't going to work. That's not going to work. If the crowd already hates you, they hate you. They're done with you. A lot of times, people boo because they're bored and they just want to annoy you. That's mostly why they're booing you.
You got broke friends, they going to keep you broke. All right? This on TV, we ain't booing. All right? We ain't booing. I know it's late. They going to edit this part of the show. It's late. Y'all been all night waiting. I've been waiting too. So just be patient if y'all don't mind. All right? Appreciate that. Thank y'all very much. Because I am funny. I did these jokes last night and they work. All right? They're just late. They're just late. They're just a little bit late right now. All right? But we're going to work it out. So y'all still with me? Uptown, y'all still with me? All right, let's do this shit. Let's do this shit. So, coming to the stage right now, all the way from LA, comedian Mr. Kenny Stratton, y'all give it up. Put your hands together. All right. So real quick. All right. So y'all threw me off track, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we're going to work this out, man. I'm going to keep going. We're going to do this shit. I'm a trooper. I'm a trooper. We're going to do this shit. But you know, when you're broke, you're going to have broke friends, y'all. So y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Y'all make a nigga want to just change a career in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna work this shit out. Work this shit out. Y'all ain't gonna run a nigga off stage. Fuck that. I'm from LA. They gotta been through worse shit than that. Fuck that.
3, 2, 1, go!
We gonna roll this. You know what? I tell you what. We gonna come back on the next tape, and y'all have a good night.
Somebody said he tried. You see the low self-esteem at the end though? I see y'all at the next tape. He said, hold on, we not gonna boo nobody. They said, boo. He said, okay, thank you. He gonna go home and tell his wife he ripped. Oh, I got a standing ovation at Uptown. Yeah, it stood up and said, boo! That was horrible. Oh my God, you know how you know when you're doing bad when a comedian go, hold on a second, shit is crazy. Y'all clap, everybody with fingerprints make some noise. Clap if you got half an eyelash. Cut, shut up. That was pretty bad. We're gonna edit that whole. We're gonna take that part off so people don't go look at Bishop Eddie Long on another channel. That was pretty bad. Did you like that? Absolutely not. How about that? I know we're not. Let's stop the tape. Let's stop the tape for a minute. Nigga, you ain't gonna get no pussy tonight, nigga. Look at that woman say, hell no. How about that? He ain't even gonna get a jack off. That shit was horrible. Did you see his face though? That nigga had low self-esteem. That nigga said, hey, I tell you, hey.
All right, so let's see if we can end this video on a high note. This next guy over here, I think he's bombing on purpose. Like, I think he's doing some type of awkward Andy Kaufman type of bit. Either way, whether it's on purpose or by accident, I died of laughter at this one. This was some funny shit.
That's a tough act to follow. I went to the Acme Open Mic Night a couple weeks ago, and the comics weren't very good, but I feel like I got a couple of pointers. I like sports a lot. In fact, one of my favorite sports guys is on the Minnesota Vikings, which is also my favorite team. It's Brett Favre. But the one thing about Brett Favre that I noticed is that he can't ever seem to make up his mind. He can't make a decision. It's I'm going to retire, or I'm not going to retire, I'm going to come back, or the pieces are in place, or I think we could be pretty good. But if he could only make up his mind and make a decision, then maybe the Vikings could make up a decision and actually get into the Super Bowl already, huh? This guy's a Vikings fan over here. But the Vikings isn't my only favorite sports team I have. I actually had tickets to the Minnesota Swarm, which is the lacrosse team this year. And for those of you who don't know what the Storm is, they're the Minnesota lacrosse team. And for those, if you don't know what lacrosse is, it's in a lot of ways like hockey. Everyone runs around with big pads on and tries to hit the ball into the net, and there's a goalie. But it's in a lot of ways it's not like hockey. I mean, it's like they're playing in hockey. They're skating around on skates, sliding all over the place. But in lacrosse, it's like they're walking around on grass, taking up divots. In lacrosse, you got to sit out in the penalty box. But what is it in hockey? It's you got to sit in the penalty box. But what is it in lacrosse? Is it the picnic table box? And in ice hockey, the Zamboni comes by and takes care of the ice in between people. But in lacrosse, what do they got? A lawnmower or something? They call it lacrosse, but I think maybe they ought to call it boring. I actually got my finger hurt when I was playing sports. It wasn't lacrosse, but it was in kickball. It was in the very last game of the season, and I injured my finger. And maybe that sounds like a penalty, huh, ref? But the doctor said when I went there, he said as long as I just keep it held up for 6 weeks, it'll just heal itself without any extra work. And that's amazing to me, because we couldn't make a device like a machine that would fix itself in that amount of time with no work. I mean, he said just keep it like this and it'll just go back to normal. And that maybe Brett Favre didn't get the memo. But I took Brett Favre's actually originally from Mississippi, and me and some of my friends were going to go down on a road trip last summer, or this summer, but we decided instead we'd just maybe drive around and douse ourselves with gasoline. I ran into one, or I backed up and I ran. I'm from Minneapolis. I'm from Minneapolis originally, but I used to live in St. Paul, and one thing I noticed about Minneapolis and St. Paul is that if you're on one side of the river and you go over to the other, or if you're from Minneapolis and you go to St. Paul and you tell someone from St. Paul you're in Minneapolis, they call it the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, but people get so mad if you say the wrong one that it seems more like it was a conjoined twins, like separated at birth or something. But when I came back over here to Minneapolis from St. Paul, I backed up and I ran into one of my good friends. But then I looked up in the rearview mirror and I put the car in reverse and I backed up and then I ran into him again. But I went to the Acme Open Mic Night, and although I didn't think the comics were very good, but I think I got a couple of pointers. Thank you.
Anyways, that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my channel. I post compilation videos. And also, I'm planning on doing a documentary on why, in my opinion, I think political comedy is horrible. Whether you're right-wing or left-wing, I think politics should really stay out of comedy. In good comedy, at least, in my opinion. But that's pretty much it. Take care, guys. Peace.